Good morning, and welcome to 8 Minutes. I'm Courtney Beatty, and usually sitting right next to me is Rachel Shekel, but she's out with food poisoning today, so filling in for her is...
Jessica Lee. Thanks for having me here today, Courtney.
Thanks for being here, Jessica.
Well, our topic for today is Shakespeare's histories. But to start, let's give a little background information about Shakespeare. He was born in 1564 and he died in 1616.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, actually, it was 447 years ago.
I was born in 1994.
I was born in 1993.
And I thought we were old. Shakespeare was born and raised in Stratford-upon-Avon.
At the age of 18, he married Anne Hathaway.
Not the one we see in movies today, of course, but maybe they're related.
Maybe. Well, they had 3 children named Susanna, Hamnet, and Judith. Not only was Shakespeare a playwright, but he was also an actor.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in fact, he acted in many of the plays that he wrote.
That's really interesting. I bet not a lot of people know that. His surviving works include 38 plays, 10 of which were his histories. They included King John,
Richard II,
Henry IV Part 1,
Henry IV Part 2,
Henry V,
Henry VI Part 1,
Henry VI Part 2,
Henry VI Part 3,
Richard III,
and finally Henry VIII.
These histories were based on the lives of English kings.
And the source for most of these histories was Raphael Holzensched's Chronicle of English History.
His history plays focus on only a small part of the characters' lives.
And they frequently omitted significant historical events for dramatic purposes.
Wow. His histories were often regarded as Tudor propaganda.
Why is that?
Because they often celebrate founders of the Tudor dynasty.
Wow. Well, the first tetralogy he wrote included Richard II, Henry IV Part 1 and 2, and Henry V.
So, Jessica, I hear Henry IV Part 2 wasn't as popular as Part 1?
That is correct. It has been criticized as undramatic. In fact, critics believe Shakespeare never intended to write a sequel.
Really?
Really.
Wow. Speaking of undramatic, what happened to the Globe Theatre during Henry VIII?
The complete opposite of undramatic. It got completely burned down.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the roof caught on fire by a cannon shot and the whole theater burned down. But luckily, nobody got hurt.
Thank goodness. William Shakespeare had a trilogy that included Henry VI Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3.
Hey Courtney, did you know that Henry VI Part 1 was considered the weakest play of Shakespeare's?
No, I didn't know that. I actually really enjoyed that one.
Me too. And Part 2 had the largest cast of all his plays.
How many were there?
More than 52 characters.
Well, Part 3 had the most battle scenes and the longest soliloquy.
What exactly is a soliloquy?
A soliloquy is when a character says his thoughts out loud. So, Jessica, what's your favorite history?
My favorite history is Henry V. It is about the English king Henry V. During this play, he is planning on entering a war with France. As he is about to leave for France, he executes 3 of his trusted advisors for conspiring with the French to assassinate him.
What happens next?
Well, nobody in the French court takes him seriously because they all are overconfident that they're going to win. But in the end, King Henry miraculously wins the battle against the French. Not only does he win the battle, but he also wins Princess Catherine as his future queen.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, what a cute love story.
I love love stories.
What's your favorite history?
Well, it's definitely not a love story, but my favorite history is Richard III. The play starts off with England under the rule of Edward IV. Edward's younger brother Richard is power-hungry and bitter about his physical deformity. He secretly aspires the throne and decides to kill anyone he needs to become king. First he kills his older brother Clarence, and he blames Edward for it.
Wow.
Yeah. After Edward dies, Richard becomes Lord Protector of England. He's not actually king, but he's in charge until Edward's sons grow up. Then he kills the noblemen that are loyal to the sons, and all of the sons' relatives. He then prisons both of the sons in a tower and hires people to kill them.
That's terrible.
Just wait. The people of England start to fear Richard, but who wouldn't? Then the challenger of the throne arises. The battle between the challenger and Richard starts. The challenger wins the battle and becomes King of England.
What a bloody, terrible story, but very dramatic.
With a happy ending, of course.
Of course. Well, not only did Shakespeare write English histories, but he also wrote 3 Roman histories, which are Coriolanus, The Tragedy of Julius Caesar, and Antony and Cleopatra. They are also considered tragedies.
Those sound really interesting.
They do.
Catch us next week on 8 Minutes, where we talk about Shakespeare's 3 Roman histories, at 9 o'clock on Channel 2.
This has been Jessica Lee
And Courtney Beatty.
Thank you for joining us.
Have a good morning.